Cool, as real as it gets, man. We got some topics we want to go over. We haven't been able to record as much, but we about to get on it, man. Make sure y'all stay tuning in to Real Political. And what's up, man? What we talking about today?
Yo, so and rest in peace to Pope.
Okay.
Rest in peace to Pope.
Oh man, I know you going. There. Wow.
But that's funny how they're calling your boy the Antichrist, right? That's super crazy. But what I want to point out is that like day one of the conclave at the Vatican, they're trying to pick the next pope, right? So they had like a like black smoke start pouring from the 16th chapel, indicating that no pope was elected as of yet. What do you think is taking them so long?
I think it's just politics, man. It's political. It's a lot going on, man. I personally like before we talk about that, let's talk about the Donald Trump picture that he reposted.
Oh wow.
Donald Trump reposted an AI image of him as the next pope.
Yeah, you seen that, right? But I was,
So-
I was going,
So-
I was going up to that. I was going to lead up to that.
I feel like the problem is with this whole Pope situation. I feel like it's the politics. I think it's the politics interfering with the Pope. You know what I'm saying? Because since COVID, we're gonna say a lot of elections happened post COVID.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I
For
feel
sure.
like a lot of people are on the ups about who fault it is or what's going on as to why things aren't good for wherever they live at. If it's Canada, if it's Africa, if it's America, anywhere you go, and even with this Pope situation, they feel like we need to get somebody that's better than the
Yeah.
last. And I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people think that re-electing and electing some of these people, they're not looking at what COVID did to the world. They're looking at what happened to
What
the world
happened after COVID?
after COVID, but COVID had nothing to do with it. It's how they're
Right,
seeing it.
right. But they're making it seem like that was the reason why a lot of this shit took place.
Well, what they're doing is they eliminating COVID out of the whole equation. They just like the past 4 years was bad.
Right.
The inflation is up. The economy is down. The price of this is up. The grocery price is up. The gas. So everybody blaming whoever was in charge in
Oh, yeah,
whatever
for
country
sure.
they in. What happened in Canada, I don't know if you know about this, but what happened in Canada, they just had an election to select their new prime minister.
Oh wow. Okay.
So, they had Justin Trudeau was their prime minister. He was the prime minister for the past 8 years, right? Justin Trudeau stepped down. He decided, you know what? Y'all feel like y'all can run the show better? He resigned.
Now do something, bitch.
So then what happened? Was everybody was blaming him for the Canada economy. Everybody was saying he messed up this country. He messed up our economy. The price of gas is up. The price of food is up. Don't it sound real familiar?
It sounds all too familiar.
Everything is expensive now. I'm making less on my paycheck.
Oh man, talk.
And this is what happened with Justin Trudeau. So what happened was he said, you know what? I ain't even gonna finish the term out. I'm gonna let y'all have that. He resigned. And I was like, no, Justin, what you resigning for? Like, these Canadians, y'all don't realize that it ain't him. It's don't this tune sound like America right now?
It sounds exactly. Well,
and then in Africa, one of the I think it was is it Nairobi? In Africa, one of the countries was like, we got to get them out of here.
Yeah.
The cost of food
I seen
is
that.
up.
I seen
the
that.
cost of this is up. And everybody's saying the same message across every country, but they're looking at it like it's a local problem to their country.
Nah, it's
They're
everywhere.
not looking like the whole world.
It's global.
The whole world was inflated. The whole world grasping
Yeah.
up the whole. So what happens is Canada had a guy for the Conservative Party. So what's happened? A lot of parties switched. So this Donald Trump win over Kamala wasn't just about that. It was about party switch because whoever was in charge at this time, it's time to switch parties. But hear me out real quick. So the guy so Canada was like, we done with these liberals. It's time to go with a conservative, just like America.
Right.
We don't let the Democrats have a chance. It's time to go back to the Republican Party, the conservatives who put money in our pockets, right?
Right.
So Canada had a guy who was winning in all the polls, right?
Mm-hmm.
A conservative. But what happened was Donald Trump started doing tariffs and doing all of this talk that he talked about Canada being the 51st state and annexing Canada and all this stuff. And the guy who was on top of the Conservative Party kind of aligned with Trump a little bit. right?
Mm-hmm.
But when he actually imposed the tariffs and he started coming for them and talking about we gonna make Canada 51st state, the Liberal Party won the election.
Yep. You know why though, right?
I know why.
Okay, why?
Because he. This is what I believe. It's because he aligned himself with Trump.
Yeah. It's because he aligned this, and no, not just aligning himself with Trump, but aligning his beliefs.
Yeah.
As the same as Trump.
The extreme beliefs is what it is.
Exactly, and they took that as a sign of, oh, wait a second, we for this, but we not for that.
So instead of us getting somebody who, I think they feared that if this guy got elected, he would be in the bed with Trump.
Oh,
basically.
for sure.
So they said, you know, we can't give it to the conservative. Nah,
I mean, considering everything that happened prior to,
yeah.
That
So they decided to turn down MAGA basically.
Yeah.
Because they knew if this guy win, that we basically screwed.
basically,
And they knew that he might have actually let them take over Canada.
yeah, 51st state shit.
So when you ask me what's going on with the Pope, I feel like it's something similar going on. I feel like people are at odds are like, what do we do?
I think the AI picture of Trump being the Pope,
Yeah.
what that did was, and this
That's what it did.
and what it did was that community looked at the Canada shit and they was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute,
yeah.
we not on this type shit. Y'all bugging. As petty as that picture may be, but there's
It sent a
always
message.
a silver lining that's gonna kind of be like, oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And they allow, and that's why, and that's pretty much alluding. That's what I was alluding to in regards to that, because Trump has pull, bro.
Yeah.
Trump got pull, and if this
He do.
people feel like they gonna be pretty much this handled the same way, they gonna.
That picture speak 1,000 words, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And they thought about that. If we pick this guy,
Mm-hmm.
we might be dealing with Donald Trump.
Oh, you better believe it.
And I believe now they're like, who do we pick now? Do we go with this or do we go with that? And that's why I feel like they haven't selected another person because of that picture, because of the politics around.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It put a thought in their head. They might have been going with this.
Yeah,
guy.
but that's all
But
it.
then they saw that picture like,
It
hold
just
on,
create that thought.
why would Trump post this? That's what they probably thinking. Do we really want Trump?
Do we really want
Okay.
Trump in?
So let's talk about something real quick. We talked about this last week. Trump 100 days.
Oh wow.
We're gonna go back to that real quick because I gave him an F, right? But now he is actually, we was at almost 100 days, but now we at 100 days.
We are officially at 100 days.
He's admitting that a recession is coming, basically.
In so many words, yeah.
He's admitting it basically. He's admitting that all those things I said I can't do, I can do. I'm not. It's not.
He's
gonna
not
happen.
gonna. It's not
He's
gonna
supporting
happen.
American people. He's talking about deporting Americans, born here, raised here. Let's deport them. That's what he's talking about. They deported a baby.
Bro, listen.
A baby got deported, separated from the parents.
That's crazy.
And we talking about the first 100 days. So what are we talking about now, man? How do
Bro.
you feel about since just 1 week ago from the news? Some of the news that happened from 1 week ago. How do you feel about it today now?
I don't like it at all.
So what's the grade now? You gave him a
You know what? I was giving him a D, right?
Okay.
But the reason why I was giving him a D is because a lot of things hadn't manifested as of yet. So
Okay.
we just had to wait until that kind of come to fruition. The biggest thing in this whole deportation situation, they're not even really looking at people's like real life.
Yeah.
They're just looking at their ethnicity
Yeah.
and saying, hey, this guy qualifies for
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, they're deporting these people to different places now. I read somewhere where they was deporting people to like fucking where was this? I can't think of the place, but they were deporting them to this place where they don't even speak the same language, bro. They don't even speak the
I heard
same
about that.
language, bro.
I know what it is. I just
I
can't
can't
remember.
think of the fucking place, but they was deporting people. They don't even speak the same language. They're not even in the same realm, bruh. Like, I don't even know how they even putting this together because that don't make no sense, bro. Like,
That's
that
what
don't
I'm
make
trying.
no
I
sense.
heard about that. I heard about that. And since we on this topic, he also is talking about opening. I know you heard about it,
Opening what?
Alcatraz.
Oh, yeah, he said he was going to, but the reason why that came about is because he said drug dealers should get the death penalty, right?
And you agree with that?
I do not agree with that at all.
Okay.
I mean, but and again, like, what eye is he looking at, or what lens is he looking from to where you think people that sell drugs are worse than the people that's pedo, the people that's you know, SA,
all the other crimes.
Like, bro, like really is selling drugs.
I was drug dealing,
bro. Listen,
and not even murderers.
Bro, okay, so let's do this. Look, bro, listen.
You bypassing murderers and you saying drug dealers need a death sentence, but murderers, we ain't gonna deal with it for them yet.
Look,
this
crazy. Is what I want to say though, right?
What's up? What you got to say?
If you're gonna sentence drug dealers to death, a lot of big pharmacies, a lot of big farm companies should be getting executed.
Of course.
Like Pfizer, you know what I'm saying?
Well, all of them. We're not gonna call out Pfizer. I know they did the vaccine, but it ain't just Pfizer. Is what I'm saying. This goes deep.
Oh no, it goes way. But I'm just saying,
what pharmaceutical
as far as drug companies.
But listen, what I'm telling you about all pharmaceutical companies are legal drug dealers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And when they don't got the right substance to make the right stuff, they go get
the generic.
Okay.
They get the generic.
Okay then.
Yeah.
So it is a topic. Now I know we have some topics we want to talk about, but it's something that just developed last night. I haven't followed it today, but something really big happened last night.
Oh wow.
Really big. Trump said during his campaign, I'm going to end the wars.
He did say that.
And there's going to be no new wars on my watch. Because people respect me and they, all these things.
Yo, hold on. Before you finish, sidebar, Vietnam just celebrated their 50 years of no wars since the last war.
And then guess what just happened? Yesterday I just found out.
What happened, bro?
India strikes Pakistan.
No.
India strikes Pakistan.
And they said it's the art of war. Art of war, yeah.
Take a look at that. Take a look at that.
Yep. To respond, yep. India, yep. You fucking right.
So now he said that if Kamala win, it's going to be World War III. He told Zelensky, you're starting World War III. But who watches this happen? This could start.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do y'all realize how big Pakistan and India fighting? Do you realize how big that can? I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But do you realize the potential of this war outbreaking and what could really happen from this war?
But that's what I'm saying. Islamabad called it like an act of war.
Yeah.
They called it an act of war.
So
yeah. They serious about that shit.
And now it's gonna be some retaliation.
And strikes.
It says Pakistan vows to respond after India launches strikes.
Yeah.
In the wake of Kashmir. So now this is the situation. Donald Trump is pulling us out of NATO. America is strong because of our allies.
Right.
You pissed off Canada.
What allies?
Mexico. You're pissing off a lot of our allies right now, bro. So, you talk about wars and the potential of a World War III. Not saying this has started. This might just be one missile, send another missile back. It might be over. But do you talk about the potential of what could happen from it? The reality is, if this war actually happens,
this shit gonna get deep.
Where does America stand?
We can't hide our hands because we basically amped up this shit. Starting with my guy.
Man. And your guy always also talking about doing a parade.
Yeah. Did you hear that? Even
to
bro.
Show what?
Bro, look.
Who do these kind of parades though? When was the only time you
know who do? Bro,
who?
They was talking about having bounce houses at protests, bro.
Those people. What about this military?
Those people,
I know,
bro.
Let's talk about this military parade.
Come on, bro.
We have the strongest weapons. We have the biggest military. We are the strongest. What is the purpose of this,
bro?
What country have you seen?
It's to do this. It's the flex.
What country have you seen?
It's the flex.
What country is popular for doing that? I want you to tell me.
I don't know.
North Korea. China. Dictator countries. These are countries who try to show they flex. North Korea is known for doing parades.
Yeah, and bringing out thousands of fucking soldiers in unison.
When has America ever
We've never done that.
had to
We've-
do a
we've
parade
never- we've
to show
never-
off our muscle?
We've never had to do that.
And when has we ever had a president that's out there? We got the strongest military. We got the biggest missiles. We got the most
We ain't ever had to
advanced
do that.
system. So the problem is, I feel like in America's first, and we gonna build everything in America, and we gonna be for America. What are we doing? Because the reality of this is, that's like, if you go to any bad neighborhood, that's like this one little click saying, "Ain't nobody can touch us." What happens when they get like that? What happens?
They get touched.
So what? So what are we doing?
You basically put a target on your back doing it.
And we showing our hand,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
By
of
showing
course.
our muscles and our weapons and what we got and how strong we are, and we showing our hand.
Yeah.
That's like me making videos, music videos, and having guns in my videos and showing off my AK and my choppers and my switches. I'm showing you what I
Yeah.
got. So now you know when you come for me, it gotta be an
I
ambush.
know exactly, and they have something to combat exactly what you have. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So I don't know where it's going, and that's just all I'm gonna say about that. This is what y'all voted for. This is what y'all voted for, and a lot of y'all still stand by it because why? Because y'all drunk the MAGA juice.
Yep, they did.
You stuck, and no matter what happens, you're gonna find a way to justify it. And then people are talking. Well, let give them time. Let them cook. Cook what?
That shit.
We already cooked.
We are cooked. We are cooked. And you seen the shit
So-
that happened in Gaza where like 92 people were killed, bruh, from the fucking air strikes and shit. Yeah, bruh.
So what's happening in Gaza? He said
Israel was like, nah, bitch, nah, bitch.
He said he was going to end that. He said he was going to end it, right?
But that's why I
He
brought
said
it
he was going
up.
to end the Russian war. What's going on with Russia?
Bro, nothing is going on with Russia. Bro, everything that he said, bro, is literally a bold-faced lie, bro.
The only thing he told the truth about is putting tariffs to mess up our economy and deporting the people that's innocent. But he didn't say it was going to be innocent. He said it's going to be MS-13.
Bro,
It's going to be criminals.
Criminals.
And he said that
with criminal backgrounds, bro.
the guy who got deported, he said it's MS-13 on his knuckles. They tried to tell him it's photoshopped multiple times. He said, let's move on from this. Okay, let's move on. We agreed. He said, no. What he said?
Bro,
Why can't you just say it?
Why can't you just say it?
So what kind of person is in charge of our country right now? Somebody who have to be right.
Yeah.
This is
Dictatorship
gonna
at
be
its finest.
This gonna be bad. What I'm about to say.
Oh,
women, forgive me. But women, forgive me. It ain't. I'm not a sexist, and I know if you say I'm not a racist, you are racist.
Please,
women, forgive
don't,
me.
Please don't ban us.
But what I'm saying is that a lot of times, I think we met women. I mean, men. I don't date men, so maybe men do it too. But it's times where you talk to some women and they have to be right.
They have to be right. That's exactly that's who we're dealing with.
And maybe dudes are like that because Trump is like that. So and maybe it's not a thing about men and women, but I never dated a man before, and I'm not into that. That's just myself. So I can speak on women.
Facts.
But I've seen women who they have to be right, no matter what, no matter how wrong they are, they have to be right. And I guess it goes both ways because that's what we're seeing with Donald Trump. It goes both ways. He has to be right, and it ate him up so bad that the guy was like, I can't agree with that, and he couldn't move on from it.
And he really tried to stall him out.
He could not move on.
He tried to stall him out.
He told him multiple ways, like, let's move on. Let's okay, all right, let's move on. He said no. Why can't you just say it? And the dude is like, because that's not what it is. It's Photoshop, man.
And he still couldn't grasp that. But that lets you know the type of person we dealing with, though.
We're dealing with a person that wants to be a dictator. We're dealing with a narcissist. See, people use narcissist a lot, that word. But I'm going to tell what's narcissistic about him and what I'm going to say, why I'm using that word right now. He unapologetic. When do he ever apologize?
He still haven't apologized for them writing up. You feel me?
Yeah. He don't apologize. He don't take accountability. He points a lot of fingers. Because he said the reason why the economy, this is what he said. Everything that's happened good in the first 100 days as far as the economy goes, that was Trump. He said this.
Everything bad is Sleepy Joe.
And everything that was bad was Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe.
How you going to take credit for the good?
And it ain't a lot of good.
But a little bit of good. How you going to say the good is me, but the bad is him? This is all his economy. How you do that?
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're gonna leave it at, man. We're gonna be back
crazy.
tomorrow. We gonna have some more news.
We own you
tomorrow.
We own you. I'm
So
pretty. Look, I'm almost certain this shit finna get lit.
For real. Let's go.